Hey, I'm Shao, and well, I made this tiny bee, and you can too. So I would like to add a note that I do not recommend watching this video with headphones. I'm still new to video making, and some of the areas in the video have a loud noise, whether it's parts moving on the table or other things. So just be aware of that, and hope you enjoy the video. So this 1.5-inch bee can be printed on your printer for a small fee at Colts3D.com, which link will be in the description. If you'd rather not buy just the single bee model, you might be interested in subscribing to my Patreon, where you can get the bee model there, where I also will release other models, and the models won't be on there forever, obviously, because it's not going to be you pay like 5 months down the road and print and get all the models from 5 months before. But about every 2 months or so, I'll clear the Patreon for the new models. But you have, 2 months to basically download any of the models I make. Something like that is what I'm planning on doing. But right now, the Patreon is still not 100% live. So your only option to buy this model is through Colts 3D. So the price of this model is relative around $2, which in my opinion isn't terrible at all. And well, printing this model is decently easy. You want to print it with 0.2 millimeter layer heights, about that. Shells can be easily 2, but what's really interesting are the wings. So the wings are actually printed in 2 colors. It's clear for the first about millimeter or so, and then white for the rest to give it this more Minecraft look. So to do that, you will need something like Prusa Slicer, which can do color change G-code. Otherwise, you just have to manually change it, or you can just all print it in just white, just clear, or whatever else you want. It will, if it's clear, it will still show up because it'll still be thicker in those areas. It just won't be white. One small, very quick note: make sure your printer is able to print 0.2 millimeter clearances, which is 0.2 between each wall. You can find out this using a clearance gauge of some sort, but just make sure you can do 0.2 clearances, otherwise this print will most likely not work for you. So again, if you want this model, you can head over to Colts 3D, or you can subscribe to my Patreon once that gets live. Otherwise, let's get printing and let's get assembling. Now that we have the parts printed, let's get to assembly. So first you're going to need the head and the wings and one eye of your choice. So first we're going to insert the eye into the head, and to do that we will hold the head kind of like this and have the eye inserted like this going down, and we just kind of wiggle it in until it goes in. There we go. As we can see, it's in, and then we want to push it all the way through. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, now that's in, we can start with the wings. And so the wings go in with this little hook and kind of slide in like this. Like that. So now we want to grab one of the black rings, and we can start adding the rings. We need the 2 black and the 2 yellow, so let's get that added. So to add the rings, we will grab one of the black ones, and we will do the same thing where we just kind of put it at an angle until it slides on. Kind of like that. And what should happen is it will keep the wings locked in place now, and we just keep on adding the rings. So let's add the yellow one. And then we can continue adding them. After all the rings are added, it should look something like this, still with only one eye plugged in. And then we'll add the stinger. So the stinger can go either direction. And so we just, kind of plug it in like this. Once it's lined up, you can just push down on it, and it'll lock into place. So this model, as stated before, is printed so it doesn't come apart. So if you break a wing, well, you kind of have to reprint the wing and probably the eye, because you have to break the eye joint, and you have to break some parts to be able to use some of the other parts. You're better off just printing whole other bee if the wings do break. So once everything's hooked in like this, we can add the other eye by the same way, putting in kind of like an angle, but the opposite angle as the one before, and we just kind of slide it in like that. And the rings and the back all need to be lined up, otherwise it won't go in all the way. So as you're pushing it in, just make sure everything's lined up, and then eventually you should be able to get to the back and it's all locked in. So that is the bee print, and yeah. Now that you're done, you have your tiny little Minecraft bee, and that's about it. I want to thank you for watching this video. Even if you don't have a printer at home, you can still buy this print from me on Etsy when that goes live in the summer. And otherwise, if you're a printer, print away. You can actually print in different colors, obviously. It doesn't have to be yellow, black, white, and clear. I hope you have fun with it. Thank you for watching, and bye.